Ever heard of a man who faced down a colonial empire armed with nothing but prayer and peace? Today, we're diving into the incredible story of Shaykh Ahmadou Bamba, a spiritual leader from Senegal whose legacy of nonviolent resistance echoes through history. The late 19th century, as European powers carved up Africa, Senegal fell under French colonial rule. The French authorities were wary of any local leaders who commanded large followings, and Shaykh Bamba, with his message of peace, work, and devotion, was seen as a potential threat. They feared he would incite a rebellion, but Bamba's battlefield was not one of swords and guns. It was a battle of the soul. Instead of calling for a violent uprising, he founded the Mouride Brotherhood, a Sufi order emphasizing hard work as a form of worship and absolute reliance on God. His philosophy was simple yet profound. True liberation is spiritual, not political. He taught his followers that through discipline, community, and faith, they could maintain their dignity and identity in the face of oppression. This was a radical act of defiance. The French administration, misunderstanding his intentions, exiled him twice, first to Gabon and then to Mauritania, hoping to break his spirit and scatter his followers. But these exiles had the opposite effect. His followers saw his calm endurance as a sign of his spiritual strength. Legends grew around him, like the story of him praying on the surface of the ocean when forbidden to pray on the French ship. These stories weren't just tales, they were symbols of his unshakable faith and his power to transcend physical chains. While in exile, he continued to write, producing volumes of poetry and teachings that were smuggled back to Senegal, inspiring his followers even more. When he finally returned, he was welcomed not as a defeated man, but as a triumphant hero. The Mouride community had grown stronger and more organized in his absence, turning vast areas of Senegal into productive agricultural land, creating economic independence that further challenged colonial control. Ahmadou Bamba proved that resistance doesn't always roar, sometimes it prays. He showed that you can confront an empire not by matching its force, but by building a community so strong, so self-reliant, and so spiritually grounded that it simply cannot be broken. His legacy lives on in the city of Touba, a spiritual center built by his followers, and in the millions who continue to follow his path of peaceful resistance and hard work. He stands as a powerful testament to the idea that true power lies not in weapons, but in the unwavering strength of the human spirit. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey into history. If you found this story as inspiring as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe for more stories of incredible figures, and share your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.